What kind of challenge?
Who wants to have a sleepover at my house?
I do.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo Glow. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things on Victorious that made no sense. Number 10, no prom. Hollywood Arts is a treasure trove of concerts and school dances, and yet Tori is flabbergasted to learn that the school has never had an official prom. But is that actually true? In the pilot episode, Rex mentions, in his usual rude manner, that Kat did attend a prom, and that she didn't get a date for it. So wait, does that mean that the school did have a prom and then just stopped? Or did Kat go to prom at another school before coming to Hollywood Arts? It's never explained and just leaves us confused, but at least we can say that the school has a prom now. Number 9, was any of this safe? The Hollywood Arts gang gets a chance to compete on the new game show Brain Squeezers, but is it really worth it?
I thought it was just a game show.
Throughout the whole show, the kids are humiliated and subjected to painful doinks, most of which could have possibly caused permanent and/or fatal damage to any of the players. How did this show get greenlit in the first place? We're pretty certain that deliberately injuring the contestants like this isn't safe or illegal, slapstick or not. To top it all off, even though Tori's team won, she doesn't get the money due to an unfair bonus challenge. Number 8, stuck at Nozu. Tori and Robbie find themselves in a terrible jam during their lunch at Nozu. They have no money and there's seemingly no way to contact anyone to help them out. However, at one point we see Tori tweet out an SOS on the restaurant's computer. So why didn't she just use the computer to get in contact with their friends? Or better yet, why didn't they try to use the restaurant's phones, if they have any, to call for help? The two could have easily saved themselves a lot of trouble and avoided having to chop that much squid if only they had the foresight to use what resources they had.
We kind of forgot to bring money, so would it be okay if...
Number 7, Jade West is untouchable. Let's be honest, as much as we love Jade, she isn't always the nicest person. She's done some pretty nasty things throughout the show, especially to Tori. These misdeeds include, but are not limited to, humiliating Tori in front of the class, identity theft, sabotage, fear-mongering, and even attempting to get rid of her. What really puzzles us is that Jade hardly, if ever, faces any repercussions for her actions. In fact, most folks seem to brush off her heinous acts. Number 6, Andre Harris's unfair grade. Andre is feeling the holiday blues when his teacher gives him a D for his Christmas song. Why did Andre get such a low grade? The only explanation given is that the tune deserved the D, and that's about it. Did the teacher really not like the song, or was he just being a Scrooge? We're going with the latter since we later see that the actual song is a catchy, festive, swinging tune that could instantly be a classic.
How does a person go from an A to a D?
Happened to me in 8th grade.
Number 5, one crazy scheme. Tori learns the shocking truth about her friend's ping pong team. It's actually a cover-up to earn some money to buy a fake trophy for the school to save their principal's job, while they spend the rest on a fancy, expensive dinner. The scam on its own is pretty insane, but there's a lot about it that doesn't add up. For starters, can a principal really lose their job over a lack of sporting trophies? Add to this, if the players never show up to any actual tournaments, it would look mighty suspicious and raise a few red flags. Honestly, it astounds us that the kids were able to pull this whole rigmarole off for so long without getting caught. Number 4, Keshas Contest. Desperate to win the Kesha ice cream contest, Tori and the gang end up buying tons of ice cream pints in search of the remaining letters, with little success. However, something about this Willy Wonka-like scenario confuses us. How they're able to afford so much ice cream? Seriously, if you look at the number of empty cartons and full buckets, they must have bought hundreds of cartons worth, and that much dairy can't be cheap. Do the kids just have money to spare lying around whenever they need it, or just when the plot demands it? Number 3, the sleepover. To teach his students the difficulties of method acting, Sikowitz invites them over to a sleepover/method acting challenge. There's something, however, that we can't help but ponder.
Who wants to have a sleepover at my house?
How did the students get permission to attend this sleepover? Even though he's a great teacher, Sikowitz doesn't give off a professional vibe. No offense, but if your teenage selves told your parents you were invited to a sleepover at this guy, who's also their teacher's house, there might be cause for concern. Number 2, Helen Dubois. In the episode Helen Back Again, Helen Dubois from Drake and Josh makes an unexpected guest appearance in Victorious as the new principal of Hollywood Arts. This ended up confirming that both shows take place within the same universe. Or do they? Not only is Helen never seen or mentioned again after this episode, but in the very next one, Who Did It to Trina, the kids talk about Drake and Josh as a TV show. Wait, what? So hang on, how can Helen be both a real person and a TV show character at the same time? Number 1, Trina Vega's the untalented one. Even if Trina can be annoying, it doesn't seem right for the show to keep hammering in how untalented she is. It makes us wonder, how is she still allowed to attend Hollywood Arts then? Even the way she was admitted doesn't make sense. She only got accepted because of a coconut milk-induced hallucination. And yet no one had the thought that she wasn't really right for this school afterward. The closest we got to her being kicked out is when she failed Helen's re-audition, and then she's let back in shortly after thanks to Tori. It's confusing and feels more like they only keep Trina around just to keep reminding us how untalented she is, which seems just plain cruel.
I try to do my own thing and I'm starting to figure it out.